Did you know? Baked beans aren't actually baked. Traditionally, baked beans were slow-cooked in earthenware pots, either in ovens or over open fires. This old-school method gave us that rich, caramelized goodness we all love. But here's a twist. Most of the canned baked beans you buy today, they're not baked at all. Instead, they're cooked in large pressure cookers, or retorts, which is a fancy way of saying they're steamed. Even at home, many of us simmer our beans on the stovetop. It's quicker and still packs a punch of flavor. So while the name baked beans might be a bit misleading these days, the essence remains the same. Delicious beans, slow-cooked in a savory sauce. Next time you pop open a can, remember, you're not just eating beans. You're enjoying a bite of culinary history. Did you know? Bananas are slightly radioactive. They're not going to turn you into a superhero or a mutant. Here's why. They contain potassium-40, a naturally occurring radioactive isotope. But don't panic, you'd need to eat an absurd amount of bananas to feel any adverse effects. Potassium is essential for our health, and a small part of it is always potassium-40. The radiation from potassium-40 in a banana is extremely low, much less than the background radiation we're constantly exposed to from natural sources like the sun and the earth. To put it in perspective, scientists have coined the term banana equivalent dose as a humorous way to compare small radiation doses. So, while bananas do contain a tiny amount of radioactive potassium, the radiation levels are so low they pose no health risk. So go ahead, enjoy your banana. It's packed with nutrients and yes, a dash of harmless radiation. Did you know? Birds can have regional accents? Just like humans, many birds have regional dialects. These feathered songsters learn their tunes from their parents and neighbors. Over time, these variations become distinct, creating unique, local dialects. So what causes these dialects? Geographic isolation plays a big part. Birds in remote areas develop unique songs due to less contact with others. Then there's the environment. Birds tailor their tunes to cut through local noise and vegetation. Finally, young birds learn by mimicking the elders, solidifying these regional quirks. But why does it matter? Well, for one, it's all about the love songs. Birds often prefer mates who sing familiar tunes, boosting their chances of successful romance. Plus, dialects help in defending territory. Birds are more likely to challenge an unfamiliar intruder. So, next time you hear a bird, listen closely. You might just catch a local accent in their song. Did you know? Black holes are incredibly dense celestial objects with a gravitational pull so strong that nothing, not even light, can escape. This is why they appear black. Black holes are the universe's ultimate heavyweights. Imagine something so dense and powerful that not even light can escape its grip. Sounds like the ultimate bouncer, right? Here's the scoop. A black hole forms when a massive star reaches the end of its life cycle and collapses. This collapse squeezes all that stellar stuff into an insanely small space, creating a gravity powerhouse. Now meet the event horizon. This is the point of no return. Cross it, and you're on a one-way trip to the singularity, the black hole's core of infinite density. It's like the cosmic equivalent of trying to uneat a donut. So next time you gaze at the night sky, remember, somewhere out there, a black hole is doing its thing, quietly bending the rules of physics. Did you know? Discord was originally named Bonfire. Once upon a time, Discord was known as Bonfire. The developers dreamed of a platform that felt like a cozy campfire, warm, inviting, a place for everyone to gather. But as the app evolved, they needed a name that captured the essence of voice and text chat. So, why Discord? Despite its name, the app wasn't about creating chaos. It was about bringing together diverse voices, sparking discussions, and maybe a little healthy debate. The name Discord perfectly embodied the lively conversations and community spirit the developers envisioned. So next time you're chatting with friends on Discord, remember, behind every good app is an even better story. From Bonfire to Discord, it's all about connection. Did you know? The Eiffel Tower was never meant to be permanent. The Eiffel Tower was built for the 1889 World's Fair in Paris and was supposed to be a temporary structure. Imagine that. This giant iron beauty almost got scrapped. But here's the twist. Thanks to its groundbreaking design, engineering brilliance, and let's be honest, the sheer chutzpah of Gustav Eiffel, this tower became an instant hit. People were awestruck by its elegant iron latticework and towering height. So, they decided to keep it. And boy, what a decision. The Eiffel Tower quickly became a symbol of technological advancement and a testament to French ingenuity. Not just a pretty face, eh? Today, it's not only the pride of Paris but one of the most recognizable landmarks on the planet. all because a temporary structure turned out to be too brilliant to tear down. Next time you see the Eiffel Tower, remember it's standing tall thanks to a twist of fate and a whole lot of French flair. Did you know? Albert Einstein's brain was stolen after his death. When Albert Einstein passed away in 1955, a pathologist named Dr. Thomas Harvey performed the autopsy. But here's where it gets weird. He removed Einstein's brain without the family's initial permission. Harvey later secured permission from Einstein's son, Hans Albert. He then photographed, measured, and diced the brain into 240 pieces, preserving them in jars of formaldehyde. Sounds like something out of a mad scientist's lab, right? Dr. Harvey held on to parts of Einstein's brain for decades, even after losing his medical license. He eventually distributed pieces to researchers for study. Fast forward to 2010, and the remaining chunks of Einstein's brain found a home at the National Museum of Health and Medicine in Washington, D.C. Who knew a genius's brain could cause such a stir? Did you know? There's a color called Eigengrau that you can see when you close your eyes in a dark room. Let's dive into Eigengrau. Eigengrau, or intrinsic gray in German, is that dark shade of gray you see when there's no light. Instead of pure darkness, your brain entertains you with this uniform dark gray background. But why? It all comes down to spontaneous neural activity. Even in complete darkness, the neurons in your visual system are still a bit active. This creates that faint gray color instead of absolute black. Now here's a fun fact. Not everyone sees Eigengrau the same way. Some might see it more vividly while others might not notice it at all. It's like a secret club that only some people get to join. So, next time you close your eyes in the dark, remember, you're not just staring into the void. You're experiencing the fascinating world of Eigengrau. Pretty cool, huh? Did you know? There are actually more plastic flamingos in the world than real ones. Since the 1950s, millions of plastic pink flamingos have flocked to lawns across the globe. These quirky ornaments are everywhere, adding a pop of pink to our gardens. But here's the twist. There are significantly more plastic flamingos than real ones. Estimates suggest there are only around 200,000 wild flamingos worldwide. That's right, those flamboyant, leggy birds are vastly outnumbered by their plastic counterparts. It's a striking example of how human creativity impacts our view of nature. So next time you see a pink plastic flamingo gracing a lawn, remember, it's not just a garden gimmick. It's a reminder of our quirky relationship with nature. And who knows, maybe it's time to appreciate the real flamingos a little bit more. Did you know? Wealthy Romans used to eat flamingo tongues as a delicacy. Wealthy Romans were the ultimate foodies of their time, and nothing said I've made it quite like serving flamingo tongues at your banquet. These bright pink birds weren't just for show, they were for dinner. The famous Roman gourmand Apicius, who threw feasts that would make modern foodies blush, raved about their flavor. Imagine the scene, a grand Roman hall filled with laughter, music, and the delicate taste of, well, flamingo tongue. While we don't know exactly how they prepared these exotic delicacies, it's clear they were a symbol of wealth and status. Just picture it, the elite of Rome, dining on something as rare and unique as a flamingo tongue. So next time you think your dinner party is fancy because you have truffle oil, remember the Romans did it first, with a bit more flair. Flamingo tongues, anyone? Did you know? Some dinosaur species are only known from their fossilized teeth. You see, dinosaur teeth are built tough. Made of enamel, they're like the superheroes of the fossil world, resisting erosion and decay way better than bones. That's why sometimes teeth are all we find. But these aren't just any old teeth. Carnivores sported razor-sharp serrated teeth, perfect for munching on prey. Meanwhile, herbivores had flat, grinding teeth, ideal for chomping on plants. A single tooth can tell us if its owner was a vegetarian or had a taste for meat. In fact, some of the earliest dinosaurs are known only from their teeth. Scientists even have a term for these elusive creatures. Tooth taxa. Pretty catchy, huh? So next time you see a dinosaur tooth in a museum, remember, it's not just a tooth. It's a time capsule, a story waiting to be told. Did you know? The song Happy Birthday was once copyrighted. If a restaurant, movie studio, or even you at a big party wanted to sing it, you had to pay up. Companies specializing in licensing music were making bank just by charging people to sing a simple tune. But in 2015, a federal judge swooped in and saved the day. The court ruled that the copyright claim was invalid, finally placing Happy Birthday in the public domain. This ruling meant no more licensing fees. Now, you can belt out those birthday wishes without worrying about legal trouble. So next time you sing Happy Birthday, remember, you're celebrating a legal victory as well. Who knew a simple song could have such a complicated history? Did you know? The human brain is composed of about 60% fat. Now, why does your brain need so much fat? It's all about myelin. Myelin is this fatty substance that wraps around your nerve cells, helping them send electrical signals at lightning speed. But that's not all. Fats are also crucial for cell membranes, the very walls that keep your brain cells in tip-top shape. So next time someone says you've got a fat head, take it as a compliment. Your brain's high fat content is what keeps it sharp and speedy. Remember, while your brain might not be a muscle, it's an organ that thrives on fat. Keep feeding it right, and it'll keep you thinking on your toes. Did you know? Hunger levels tend to decrease at night. Our bodies run on a natural internal clock called the circadian rhythm. This rhythm regulates a lot of things, including metabolism and hormone production, on a 24-hour cycle. Now, let's talk hormones. Meet leptin, the I'm full hormone produced by fat cells. Leptin levels tend to be lower at night. Then there's ghrelin, the I'm hungry hormone from your stomach. Ghrelin levels might increase a bit at night for some folks. And what about metabolism? It slows down during sleep, which means your body's calorie-burning engine isn't running as hot. But here's the kicker. Everyone's different. Hormonal and metabolic changes can vary widely from person to person. Plus, lifestyle factors like stress, sleep quality, and what you eat play a big role too. So, while hunger generally dips at night, your mileage may vary. Sleep tight and snack smart. Did you know? Lakes can explode under certain conditions. It's called a limnic eruption, and it's as fascinating as it is deadly. In volcanic regions, lakes can accumulate massive amounts of carbon dioxide in their deep waters. Picture this, a lake with a bubbling secret beneath its calm surface. Now, what triggers this hidden danger? Landslides, earthquakes, or even volcanic activity can disturb the water and release these trapped gases in a flash. When this happens, the CO2 rushes to the surface, creating a suffocating cloud that can be deadly. Take Lake Nyos in Cameroon, for example. In 1986, a limnic eruption there released a lethal cloud of CO2, tragically killing over 1,700 people and countless livestock. Scientists are on the case though. They're developing methods like degassing pipes to safely release these deadly gases. Did you know? Lobsters communicate with each other by peeing. This fascinating underwater chat involves pheromones, chemical signals in their pee that tell other lobsters all sorts of things. Dominant males use it to show who's boss. Imagine getting peed on to prove someone's in charge. During mating season, female lobsters release pheromones in their urine to attract potential mates. It's like sending out a love letter, but a bit wetter. And here's the kicker. Lobsters pee out of their faces. Their bladders are near their heads and they've got nifty structures to aim their urine with precision. This helps them sort out social hierarchies and maintain order within their group. So next time you see a lobster, remember there's a whole lot more going on behind those beady eyes. Did you know? Alligators will often yield to manatees. Alligators and manatees are nature's unexpected BFFs. In the wild waterways of Florida, alligators, the apex predators we know and fear, do something truly surprising. They let manatees pass. You might think, why on earth would a gator yield to another creature? Well, it's all about respect and a little bit of laziness. Manatees are these big, gentle giants. They're slow-moving and munch on plants all day. To an alligator, they're basically the salad bar of the animal kingdom, not worth the effort. Plus, manatees don't pose any threat. They're like the peaceful neighbors who always greet you with a smile. And in those shared habitats, gators seem to have figured, why bother? This peaceful coexistence shows us that even the fiercest creatures can recognize when to just chill out. So, next time you see an alligator giving way, remember, even nature has its moments of unexpected friendship. Did you know? Mars has blue sunsets. Mars is famously known as the red planet thanks to all that iron oxide dust covering its surface. But here's a twist. When the sun sets on Mars, it paints the sky blue. You see, Mars's atmosphere is super thin and made mostly of carbon dioxide with a sprinkle of fine dust. When sunlight hits this dusty cocktail, blue light gets scattered way more efficiently than the red. So, while Earth's sunsets glow with reds and oranges, Mars gives us a cool blue show. Thanks to NASA's Curiosity rover, we've got jaw-dropping images of these Martian blue sunsets. It's like stepping into a sci-fi dream, except it's real. So next time you think Mars is just a rusty rock, remember those spectacular blue sunsets. The red planet's got a few surprises up its sleeve. Did you know? Crows and mockingbirds are skilled mimics. Mockingbirds' mimics can imitate hundreds of sounds, from other bird songs to barking dogs, and yes, even car alarms. They weave these sounds into complex, melodious tunes that would make any music producer jealous. And then there are crows. Not just the keepers of secrets, but also intelligent imitators. They might not have the fame of mockingbirds, but their vocal talents are equally impressive. But why do they mimic? For both species, it's all about impressing the ladies and defending their turf. Males showcase their vocal repertoire to attract mates and deter rivals. Plus, mimicry helps them communicate within their social groups. So next time you hear a strange sound from the treetops, it might just be one of these vocal virtuosos showing off their skills. Did you know? The earliest known use of OMG was in 1917 in a letter. The earliest known use of OMG was in a letter written by Admiral John Arbuthnot Fisher to none other than Winston Churchill. And this wasn't just any old letter, no, it was penned in 1917. Imagine Admiral Fisher, probably in his naval uniform, quill in hand, scribbling down OMG as he conveyed his excitement or shock. It's fascinating to think that a phrase we toss around in texts and tweets today was once a part of a distinguished correspondence. So next time you type OMG, remember you're echoing Admiral Fisher's words from over a century ago. History isn't just in textbooks, folks. Sometimes it's in your text messages too. Did you know? Penguins poop roughly every 20 minutes? That's right. While most of us are deciding what to eat for lunch, penguins are already on their 5th bathroom break. It's all due to their rapid metabolism. Penguins are like little feathered athletes, especially when they're swimming and diving. They burn through energy quickly and need to digest food fast, which means frequent pooping. Their diet also plays a big role. Penguins feast on fish and krill, which are nutrient-rich and easy to process. This quick digestion equals more visits to the penguin potty. So next time you see a penguin waddling around, remember, they're not just cute and cuddly. They're nature's pooping machines. Did you know? Some animals can be allergic to humans. Your furry friend might be allergic to you. Just like we can be allergic to our pets, they can be allergic to us too. Yes, it's true. Dogs and cats can develop allergies to human dander, sweat, or even skin oils. Imagine Spot, Fluffy, or Whiskers dealing with itchy skin, sneezing fits, or even digestive issues because of us. Poor things. If you suspect your pet has a human allergy, consult your vet. They'll perform tests and might recommend antihistamines, environmental tweaks like more cleaning or even dietary changes. While it's rare, it's real. So next time Spot starts scratching or Whiskers sneezes, remember it might not just be the pollen. I'm not saying you need a bubble suit, but a little awareness goes a long way. Take care of your pets, and they'll purr or wag right back at you. Did you know? Phones are often dirtier than toilet seats. Let's dive into why your phone is a bacteria magnet. First up, constant contact. You carry it everywhere and touch it all the time. Every surface you touch transfers bacteria onto your phone. And guess what? You hold it close to your face, increasing the risk of transferring bacteria to your mouth, nose, and eyes. Ever shared your phone? In many households, phones get passed around like hot potatoes, further spreading germs. Studies have shown that phones can harbor a smorgasbord of bacteria, including E. coli, Staphylococcus aureus, and even fecal bacteria. Some research even found 10 times more bacteria on phones than on toilet seats. So how do you keep your phone clean? Regularly disinfect with a wipe or 70% isopropyl alcohol. Keep those hands clean, especially before and after using your phone. And if you can, avoid using your phone in the bathroom. Did you know? Some birds poop on their legs to cool themselves down. Meet the marabou stork and the shoebill. These birds have a peculiar way of keeping cool. They defecate on their legs. But why? It's all about evaporative cooling. You see, bird droppings are quite liquidy. When birds let it loose on their legs, the liquid evaporates, absorbing heat and cooling them down. Think of it like a bird version of sweating. Their legs are long, thin, and packed with blood vessels, making them prone to overheating. The uric acid in the droppings leaves a white, powdery coat. This not only cools, but also reflects sunlight, reducing heat absorption. This quirky behavior is called urohydrosis. It's a fascinating adaptation that helps these birds thrive in scorching climates. Nature always finds a way, even if it's a bit messy, did you know? Taking selfies has led to more accidental deaths than shark attack. Sounds crazy, right? But it's true. People are risking and losing their lives by venturing too close to cliff edges, waterfalls, and wild animals, all for that killer shot. Falls, drownings, and even wildlife encounters have turned the quest for Instagram fame into a risky business. While shark attacks are rare, selfie-related accidents are sadly on the rise, especially among young adventure seekers. So next time you're reaching for your phone to snap that epic pic, remember, no photo is worth your life. Stay safe and maybe keep the high-risk selfies to the professionals. Because when it comes to selfies versus sharks, you might just be swimming with danger without even knowing it. Did you know? Farmers in South America often utilize siriemas as natural guardians for their livestock. Meet the siriemas, South America's feathered farm guardians. These ground-dwelling birds are the unsung heroes of the ranch, using their keen eyesight and loud calls to keep predators at bay. With a screech that could wake the dead. Siriemas alert farmers to any potential threats, foxes, snakes, even larger birds of prey. They don't stand a chance against these feathery sentinels, and they're not just loud, they're fearless. Siriemas will aggressively defend their territory, chasing off intruders with gusto. It's like having a security system with feathers. Plus, they're low maintenance, thriving on a diet of insects, small reptiles, and rodents, making them the perfect farmhand. So next time you hear that piercing call, remember, it's just the siriemas doing their job protecting the farm with nature's own ingenuity. Did you know? Anacondas give birth to live young. Anacondas have a fascinating way of bringing their young into the world. Anacondas are ovoviviparous. It means they give birth to live babies instead of laying eggs. The embryos develop inside eggs within the mother's body, but these eggs don't have a hard shell. Think of it as nature's version of a cozy sleeping bag. The mother's body provides a safe and snug environment, shielding the developing babies from predators and temperature swings. When the little ones are ready, mom gives birth to fully formed, wriggly baby anacondas. Talk about being born ready. This strategy gives baby anacondas a head start in life, making them more independent right from birth. So, the next time you think of anacondas, remember, not all reptiles lay eggs. Did you know? YouTube's humble beginnings were as a dating site. Back in February 2005, YouTube's founders had a wild idea. What if people uploaded videos of themselves to find love? Sounds like a reality show pitch, right? But the idea didn't quite take off. Instead of throwing in the towel, they pivoted. They opened up the platform for any kind of video. And that, my friends, was when the magic happened. Suddenly it wasn't just about finding the one, but sharing everything under the sun. From cute cat videos to epic fails, YouTube became a playground for creativity. Fast forward to today, and YouTube isn't just a site, it's a global phenomenon. A place where history buffs like you can dive into endless content. So next time you're watching your favorite clips, remember, it all started with a quest for love that turned into a revolution. Like and subscribe for more fun facts.